Hello, all you YouTubers. I am the Zion Zeus, and I decided to put together a stack of information about this particular comet or mysterious body in the sky. And as I was putting together all my survival information, I realized that there's so much more information out there that maybe some folks aren't truly aware of. And as you can see, I put this together in a PDF. Beginning the Quest by Zion Zeus, newspaper article 1, and this is from the New York Times. Clues get warm in the search for Planet X, 30th January 1983, by John Noble Wilford. Something out there beyond the farthest regions of the known solar system seems to be tugging at Uranus and Neptune. Some gravitational force keeps protruding the two giant planets, causing irregularities in their orbits. The force suggests a present far away and unseen, a large object that may be the long sought Planet X. Well, that right there, who has been seeking Planet X? Who are these people seeking Planet X? Is the first little thing in the article that's kind of strange. Evidence assembled in recent years has led several groups of astronomers to renew the search for the 10th planet. They are devoting more time to visual observations with the 200-inch telescope at Mount Palomar in California. They are tracking two Pioneer spacecraft now approaching the orbit of distant Pluto to see if variations in their trajectories provide clues to the source of the mysterious force. So again, going back to that time frame, they have already known that there's something going on in our solar system, and they are hoping that a satellite-borne telescope launched last week will detect heat signatures from the planet or whatever it is out there. So they already had an idea that this wasn't even a regular planet from our solar system. The infrared astronomical satellite was boosted into a 560-mile high polar orbit Tuesday night from Vandenberg Air Force Base. So they launched something, California. It represents an 80 million venture by the United States, Britain and the Netherlands, 3 countries all searching for this. In the next 6 or 7 months, the telescope is expected to conduct a wide-ranging survey of nearly all the sky, detecting sources not of ordinary light but of infrared radiation, which is invisible to the human eye and largely absorbed by the atmosphere. Scientists thus hope that the new telescope will chart thousands of infrared emitting objects that have gone undetected: stars, interstellar clouds, asteroids, and with any luck, the object that pulls at Uranus and Neptune. So they already knew back then that something was pulling in our solar system. The last time a serious search of the skies was made, it led to the discovery of 1930 of Pluto, the 9th planet. But the story begins more than a century before that, after the discovery of Uranus in 1781 by the English astronomer and musician William Herschel. Until then, the planetary system seemed to end with Saturn. So you can see that since then they were looking and they found Pluto. The reason they kept looking and looking and looking, because they were trying to figure out what was tugging at our solar system. And when they found Pluto, they were like, this thing is too small to be causing the fluctuations and irregularities in our solar system. So they kept looking, and then you have the United States, Britain and the Netherlands all get together and launch an $80 million infrared scope basically back in 1983. And as astronomers observed Uranus, noting irregularities in its orbital path, many speculated that they were witnessing the gravitational pull of an unknown planet. So began the first planetary search based on astronomers' predictions, which ended in 1840 with the discovery of Neptune, almost simultaneously by English, French and German astronomers. But Neptune was not massive enough to account entirely for the orbital behavior of Uranus. Indeed, Neptune itself seemed to be affected by still a more remote planet. In the late 19th century, two American astronomers, William H. Pickerton and Percival Lowell, predicted the size and approximate location of trans-Neptunian body, which Lowell called Planet X. Years later, Pluto was detected by Clyde W. Tombaugh working at the Lowell Observatory in Arizona. Several astronomers, however, suspected it might not be the Planet X of prediction. Subsequent observation proved them right. Pluto was too small to change the orbits of Uranus and Neptune. The combined mass of Pluto and its recently discovered satellite Charon is only 1/5 that of Earth's moon. Recent calculations by the United States Naval Observatory have confirmed that the orbital perturbation exhibited by Uranus and Neptune, which Dr. Thomas C. Van Flattern, an astronomer at the observatory, says could be explained by a single undiscovered planet. He and a colleague, Dr. Robert Harrington, who mysteriously died when he was about to give a press conference when he discovered something major in the skies, just happened to die. You should look into that. You YouTubers, look into this guy, Dr. Robert Harrington. Calculated that the 10th planet should be 2 to 5 times more massive than Earth and have a highly elliptical orbit that takes it some 5 billion miles beyond that of Pluto, hardly next door, but still within the gravitational influence of the Sun. Some astronomers have reacted cautiously to the 10th planet predictions. They remember the long, futile quest for the planet Vulcan inside the orbit of Mercury. Vulcan, it turned out, did not exist. They wonder why such a large object as a 10th planet escaped the exhaustive survey by Mr. Talbot, who was sure it is not in the 2 tours of the sky he examined. But according to Dr. Ray T. Reynolds of the Ames Research Center in Mountain View, California, other astronomers are so sure of the 10th planet they think there's nothing left but to name it. So they're so sure back in 1982 that this not only exists, but they wanted to give it a name. At a scientific meeting last summer, this is back obviously in 1982, 10th planet persistence tended to prevail. Alternative explanations for the outer planet perturbations were offered. There's something out there, sometimes some scientists said, might be an unseen black hole or neutron star passing through the sun's vicinity. Defenders of the 10th planet parried the suggestions. Material falling into the gravitational field of a black hole, the remains of a very massive star after its complete gravitational collapse, should give off detectable X-rays. They know no X-rays have been detected. A neutron star, a less massive star that has collapsed to a highly dense state, should affect the courses of comets, they said, yet no such changes have been observed. So when they first saw this particular object, it hasn't changed course, it hasn't been pushed off course or anything. More credence was given to the hypothesis that a brown dwarf star accounts for the mysterious force. This is the informal name astronomers give to celestial bodies that were not massive enough for their thermonuclear furnaces to ignite, perhaps like the huge planet Jupiter. They just missed being self-illuminating stars. Most stars are paired, so it is not unreasonable to suggest that the Sun has a dim companion, in other words, a binary star system. Moreover, a brown dwarf in the neighborhood might not reflect enough light to be seen far away, said Dr. John Anderson of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. This is 1983, folks. Jet propulsion is the tool that they put this particular X1 comet trajectory on. Pasadena, California. Its gravitational forces, however, should produce energy detectable by the infrared astronomical satellite. Whatever the mysterious force, be it a brown dwarf or a large planet, Dr. Anderson said he was quite optimistic that the infrared telescope might find it, and that the Pioneer spacecraft could supply an estimate of the object's mass. Of course, no one can be sure that even this discovery would define the outermost boundary of the solar system. So this is 1983 January, and they already knew that there was something major going on in their solar system, something pulling at our planets as it's getting closer and closer, actually pulling them and protruding their orbits. This is Article 2. This is Washington Post. Mystery heavenly body discovered, 31st of December 1983. A heavenly body possibly as large as the giant planet Jupiter and possibly so close to Earth that it would be part of this solar system has been found in the direction of the constellation Orion. And the reason Orion is very important is, folks, you look at Egypt and the pyramids there. I actually did one of my videos on Egypt about Orion, and Orion's orientation of the pyramids are as above so below. The pyramids represent Orion by an orbiting telescope aboard the US infrared astronomical satellite. So mysterious is the object that astronomers do not know if it is a planet, a giant comet, a nearby photostar that never got hot enough to become a star. So it changed from dwarf star to this phrase here, photostar. A distant galaxy so young that it is still in the process of forming its first stars. Now they're saying it could be a galaxy, a mini galaxy coming into our solar system. Can you imagine the havoc that would cause on our planet the closer it gets and gets and gets and gets? Or a galaxy so shrouded in dust that none of the light cast by its stars ever gets through. All I can tell you is that we don't know what it is. So they realize that this is not anything they're used to seeing in mankind's current civilization. They're perturbed at what's going on out there. Dr. Jerry Narbor, Irish chief scientist for California's Jet Propulsion Laboratory and director of the Palomar Observatory for the California Institute of Technology, this is Caltech, said in an interview, the most fascinating explanation of this mysterious body, which is so cold it casts no light and has never been seen by optical telescopes. Never been seen by optical telescopes on Earth or in space, is that it is a giant gaseous planet as large as Jupiter and as close to Earth as 50 billion miles. So my question then becomes, how did this guy Leonid Elnin over 6 AU away use a regular telescope and find it with optical telescope when they could only distinguish this with an infrared scope? While that may seem like a giant distance in earthbound terms, it is a stone's throw in cosmological terms. So close in fact that it would be the nearest heavenly body to Earth beyond the outermost planet Pluto. If it is really that close, it would be part of our solar system, said Dr. James Hook of Cornell University's Center for Radio Physics and Space Research and a member of the IRIS science team. If it is that close, I don't know how the world's planetary scientists would even begin to classify it. The mysterious body was seen twice by the infrared satellite as it scanned the northern sky from last January to November, when the satellite ran out of super cold helium that allowed its telescope to see the coldest bodies in the heavens. The second observation took place 6 months after the first and suggested that the mystery body had not moved from its spot in the sky near the western edge of the constellation Orion, folks, in that time. This suggests it is not a comet, because a comet would not be as large as the one we've observed, and a comet would probably have moved. So right there, they're saying in this article that there's something, it can't be a comet. They identified it as not being a comet. So what is this that these folks have been looking at? This is part one. I'm going to continue with my survival videos, because if something happens, I would like to put it out there that I do all I can to kind of put information out there for folks that are listening. So Be safe, Spirit.